The full Black Order team is almost here, guys, and they are looking very, very strong. It is Monday. It is time to go into the mailbag. I am answering your Black Order questions and a lot more. Plus, we are announcing the latest winner of the giveaway, and Drew, the rumor guy, is making another return in this video. A lot to do in this one, guys, so if you're ready for all of it, you know what to do. Let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. Monday is upon us. The weekend is done. I hope you had a great one. But it is time for the mailbag. We are answering some questions today, guys. Black Order, Mercs, War, T4s, Dark Dimension, Raids, all that stuff, guys. And yes, if you are not a member of the Discord, make sure you guys check out the link down below so you can be a member of the Discord and potentially get one of your questions featured here. Also, Drew, the rumor guy, is returning in this video. What news does he have to share with us this week? And we are announcing the latest winner of the giveaway. If you watched the last video and you left the comment with the correct hashtag, you're automatically entered. We're gonna go draw a winner today. But before we do all that, guys, it is time to go pay some bills with a very important word from one of our sponsors. It is raid time! Raid is an epic hero collector game where you collect your heroes, build them up, and then take them into battle. And you can go into battle by yourself or with your clan. And just look at this artwork and graphics. Wow! And if you're a new player, don't worry, because there is a huge raid community. Over 25 million downloads and over 1 million people play this game every single day. And if you need some tips and tricks, Discord. Yes, there is a huge Discord server, guys. Over 87,000 active users, over 11,000 people on right now. There's channels in multiple languages. So yeah, if you have a question, you know there's someone there that can answer it. And when you first start your account, you get to choose from one of 4 rare champions to add to your account right now. All of them are good, but I recommend this guy right here, Kale. He makes the campaigns in the early stages so easy for you. But that's not all, guys. If you are a brand new player and you use the link in the description, you're gonna get 100,000 free silver and another rare champion, Grumbler. And your rewards, they will be waiting for you right here, guys. But don't wait, because these rewards will only be available for the next 30 days. So what are you waiting for? Do it now and let's start raiding together. Yeah, so thanks again to our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Link is down below, guys. But now it is time to get to your questions. All right, guys, first question of the week. When I heard Yo-Yo was gonna be Orb exclusive, I thought she'd be getting her own special raid like the Thanos raid. Wouldn't have made more sense for that to happen instead of her being in the premium orbs? Depends who you ask. If you ask Foxnet, it makes more sense for her to be in premium orbs so you can spend more money. If you ask the players, I think they would want her to be in a raid or some more easily farmable method. So it really depends who you asked. I was kind of expecting this when we've had some previous orb exclusive characters like Minerva, like Thanos. I think when people saw how good she was, I think they were expecting her to be premium or exclusive, but obviously I would like her to be farmed in other ways. Other 3 characters I would like them to do this with, and I think you're talking about having a raid. So I would say the unfarmable characters, so Minerva, Sinister, and Yo-Yo. I would like all 3 of those characters to have their own raids. Next question, is there a reason why Blitz only holds 500 charges? Can Fox next up to the limit? I think the reason is so that people can't stockpile on some of these blitzes, like a Thor blitz, like a Psylocke blitz, and save up for like a Cull Obsidian blitz so those scores don't get too crazy. I think that's why they limit those charges. Which legendary to go after next? Have Shuri unlocked. Invisible Woman when she comes around again. Right now I have Star-Lord, Iron Man. Who should I be going after that doesn't take any minions? So the one I'm going to recommend does have 1 minion potentially, and that is who is scheduled to be up after Ebony Maw. Obviously, there's no real set schedule, so just based on previous events, I think Phoenix should be after Ebony Maw. So my recommendation would be to go after Phoenix. Now, if you have access to Hela, no minions required, but if you don't, you will need to get that Hand Assassin in order to get Phoenix for that Villain Mystic controllers. Next question. Right now, I'm building my Fantastic Four team, so I've got T4s on Invisible Woman's special and ultimate, Human Torch's special and passive. Wonder if you have any ideas on what T4s they need to become the next ultimate offensive war team. All right, and you have a 6-star thing as well. I like all of their passives. All of their passives tend to help the rest of the team. So Invisible Woman's passive helps the rest of the team. Thing's passive helps the rest of the team. You already have Johnny's passive, so Mr. Fantastic's passive would also help the team. And if you really want to invest in Namor, I haven't done any T4s for Namor, but if you really want to take them over the top, as far as war offense and keeping in mind that this Namor's passives or Namor's T4s is only going to help them in war offense, you could do some of Namor's as well, but personally, I have not done any of those. But right off the bat, I would do some of the passive, especially that Invisible Woman passive. And then if you want to go for a Thing and Mr. Fantastic, that is who I'd recommend after that. Hey, brother, greetings from New York. Do you think swapping Ghost Rider with a Hydra minion would be worth synergizing his ultimate with Red Skull's passive? So you got a couple things right here. First off, Red Skull can still take damage. It's going to be 75% reduction instead of 100% reduction. But with 3 minions there instead of 4, he will still be able to take damage. Ghost Rider's passive does add a lot to Red Skull's passive. The thing is, you're splitting up 2 teams. You're splitting up the Hydra team that can be one solid war defense team, and you're splitting up that Supernatural team, which can be a good offensive team and is one of the most solid hard counters to that Merc team right now. So not sure if you want to split up those teams. It would make it better in some senses, worse in some senses. So it's definitely going to be roster dependent, depending what you're doing with Supernatural, what you're doing with your Mercs right now. Next question. Man, love the content. Thank you, brother. Thanks for the knowledge. What's up with the devs' game plan for power? Right now, you can put the Avengers. Thor, Iron Man, Vision, Hulk, Hawkeye up against the Merc team, and a band of Merc humans with pistols and swords will crush the Avengers. What is happening in this game right now? This is embarrassing. It's time to try a new boycott, in my opinion. I don't think it's at that point yet because of this. This is just kind of natural power creep in the game. As they have these older, probably more popular characters, they're not as good as some of the newer characters. And unfortunately, a lot of times when they introduce new characters, because they've already had some of these more popular characters like Hulk, like Iron Man, they've already had them. They've been in the game for a while. They're not going to be as strong as some of the newer characters that come along in the game, which is why I think they're holding back some of the more popular characters. But I just think it's just a natural aspect of power creep that happens in these type of hero collector games, brother. Next question. Arena shards are from where you unlock the shard and gameplay. I can 100% say I've downloaded a game when it came out, only played 2 days, then came back 200 days ago. So this is kind of a follow-up to the question last week. So it's not when you start the game, it's when you unlock arena that your arena shard is determined. So I wasn't sure about that, but yes, it's when you unlock your arena shard according to Hobbyist Master right here. Next question. Really curious, isn't it better to purchase offers through the Amazon version of the app because you get a percentage off the Amazon coins instead of just straight through purchase through Google Play Store? Yes. Personally, they did an advertisement on the channel a while back, but I was not able to use it because I only had iOS and was not comfortable making purchases on BlueStacks at the time. So I was not able to use the Amazon purchases with the Amazon coins. But yes, from what I remember about that program, it is a much better deal to use Amazon coins rather than straight up purchases. Next questions. Greetings from Cincinnati, Ohio. Big fan of your videos, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you for watching. Several months ago, it was confirmed Beast would be coming to Marvel Strike Force. Have not heard anything since. Any idea on when we will see Beast in Marvel Strike Force? So the word is that he was already supposed to be in the game if it were not for the quarantine. He was supposed to be in this patch that we have right now. As far as how much he got pushed back, I'm not sure. There's some rumors of some mutants coming up in the next few months. Maybe he's included in that, but have not heard anything definitive, either on the rumor front or the official front as far as Beast, brother. Next question. Hope all is well with you and your family. Same to you, brother. This one actually has 2 questions. Do you think Alliance donations would be worth having in a game? What's the chance of it happening? So I'm assuming you're talking about like donating gear or gold or power cores to your members of your Alliance and not the current Alliance donation system we have for Stark Tech. So do you think it's worth having in a game? Yes, it is worth having in a game. Other games, other hero collector games have that in a game. Not sure why Fox Next does not want that, but I'm sure it has to do with marketing and money. We all need a rework, excuse me, but instead of a rework, don't you think having adding the original hand founders would be better, like Madame Gao, Kuto, Murakami, and so on and so on? It would be a little more interesting to have those characters added to the game to kind of round out a hand faction. But from everything that devs has told me, way back from that meeting back in September to subsequent conversations, they want all the characters to be usable. And while adding those characters would be cool and make the hand a little better thematically, it still wouldn't be able to use characters like Blade Master or Assassin right now. So I think I would like a full rework. If you look at most of the characters that they've reworked, there's only a few that really don't have a place after they got to rework, like a Grenadier. Mercenary Soldier just kind of got screwed and got no rework. But yeah, I think they want all of the characters to be usable, and that's why they're not doing adding more characters to some not as popular factions like the Hand, brother. Next question. What is up? What is the best way to farm up Karnak shards? Do I keep resetting the nodes or wait till Taskmaster's event goes live, which also has Karnak in those orbs? So obviously this question was asked before the Karnak event went live. And what I'm not sure what the best way is, but what I am doing, because a lot of it's going to be on luck, but what I'm doing, I'm refreshing his node every single day, 50 core refreshes, and I'm just farming as far as that. I'm not going up to the hundreds, but if I get lucky in those orbs from the Taskmaster event, then I just call it luck and I'm happy. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm refreshing the node every single day, brother. Hey, brother, I've been playing MSF for over 2 years and finally got my first 7 red star, and it's Ghost Rider, and I only have 5 gold stars on it. My question, should I be hyped or disappointed? And when the hell are they making him and Elsa farmable? So I think you should be hyped. Ghost Rider is a character that's definitely not one of the worst, probably one of the better characters to have 7 red stars on. The problem is, like you mentioned, you only have 5 gold right now and he's not farmable. So that would be the main issue right now with Ghost Rider. But other than that, awesome pull, brother. Good luck with that one. As far as when he'll be farmable, have no idea. But since you asked your question, and there was official word in the blog post late last week, Elsa will become farmable on Nexus 5.3. We don't have a date for that yet, but yes, Elsa will be farmable, so hopefully Ghost Rider very, very soon. Keep the good content between you and casino and mobile. I always get my fix. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you, brother, for watching. My question, do you believe I should spend 100 core refreshes for energy? I spend the 50 every day and I stay about 1,500 power cores. It's definitely being up to you on what you're farming. Right now, I have 2 characters that I'm farming for shards. The rest, I'm just farming for gear. So I'm actually having trouble using those 100 core refreshes. So I spend my 50 every day. If you want to go up to the 100, that's going to be up to you depending on what your situation, how many things you're farming, how many pieces of gear that you need. But it would definitely speed you up. I would probably go up until about 1,000. Once you get down to about 1,000, then I would probably start reassessing, see what you're doing with your cores. But you definitely have a surplus right there that you're going to start to farm a little more, use a little more cores on energy. Next question. Keep it good content. Thank you, brother. I'm thinking about splitting up Fury, Coulson to make 2 separate shield teams. What characters would you recommend putting on each team? So I used to do this in Blitz, but I've brought all my shield back together. But here's probably what I would do. So you get Coulson and Medic and put them on a team with the Avengers, Cap, Black Widow, Hawkeye. I believe they also have shield tags, so make use of some of that. And then get Fury, use the rest of the minions with Fury. And those make 2 good Blitz teams. Now for War, you don't want to split these guys up. You want Fury and Coulson and Medic, Security, and Assault all in the same team for War defense. But as far as Blitz is what I think you're talking about here, you could definitely split them up. But I just recently brought them back together because I didn't need that many teams that could win at 8.0. I wanted solid teams that could win at 8.3. So yeah, I brought them together. Next question. Greetings from the Bay Area. Greetings, brother. I only have iOS devices, including my laptop, desktop. Is there any way to use BlueStacks on a non-PC device? Is there another app I could use with iOS that's comparable? Thank you. So I don't know if there's another app that simulates iOS devices, because I know BlueStacks simulates Android devices. So does the other emulator that I like, Nox. Both of those emulate Android devices. Now, I know with some Macs, some people are able to run those programs. Other people, it just does not work on the Mac system. So it's going to be dependent on your device, and I'm not sure what the common thread is between what works and what doesn't. So I would try it. I would try BlueStacks. I would try Nox. I would see if that works on your Mac. If it doesn't, I'm not sure, and hopefully someone in the comments can help you out there, brother. Next question. Greetings from Corpus Christi, Texas. Greetings from North Texas, brother. Recently pulled a 7 red star Cyclops, but I only have 4 stars. Any idea when he will be farmable? Unfortunately not, brother. I hope he does not get the Coulson Captain Marvel treatment. I hopefully he will get added to one of the stores like Mysterio did, like some other characters did. But yeah, hopefully he becomes farmable and in a good way, not just the milestones way. ValleyFlyin, do you have any comment on the Symbiote Spider-Man milestones ending earlier than the in-game message suggested? I have message on the 12th of May that it will end in 3 days. Then it ended a day later on the 13th, and I'm stuck with 129 out of 130. So I heard about this. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. Haven't heard much chatter on Reddit about this. I think the devs would probably responded if there was a lot more outcry over this, but I haven't heard anything from the devs. I will follow up with them on this though. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, but I think they may have just made a mistake with all the other things going on with recently, with all the recent mistakes with the updates and stuff. So I'll definitely follow up with this, brother. Next question. Few questions here. In regards to a faster way to upgrade your tunes, it's a better focus on challenges, especially gold and catalyst challenges. So I've never focused on teams as just for the challenges. I've went into the challenges and tried them as my teams have naturally gotten stronger over time. And I've been happy because I've gotten more resources when that happened, but I have not specifically focused on that, but not the worst decision, especially with more gold and more ABCs and other resources. In line with the gold challenge, I'm torn between Defenders, Spider-Verse, whom to upgrade. So I actually, if the gold challenge, I actually use both. So I used my symbiotes, which is Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, Venom, and I used Ghost Rider and Miss Marvel. That's what I did the gold challenges is. Hopefully you have your Symbiote Spider-Man, your other symbiotes, and you can do that. Ghost Rider's built up as well, and then Miss Marvel. That's what I use. I think a lot of people use that team as well, but hopefully that will help you, brother. Next question, how's it going? Hope isolation isn't being too rough. Actually, the gym's open today in our local area, so went in there with masks and gloves and stuff and got a little lift on. So yes, it's at least the gym part looks to be over, at least for the immediate part right now. So took some testing screenshots, the Stark tech bugs. I could submit my findings to support. Have you heard anything about Foxneck fixing this one, or are they still denying this is a thing? I'm not sure if they're denying this is a thing. I think there's just so many bugs, that things they keep breaking, that I'm not sure if they're gonna go back on this one right away. But again, this is another thing I want to follow up with them on, because this Stark Tech bug came back and is back for a while now. So yeah, hopefully it gets fixed soon. What's up, Valley from the Goat City, Sydney? When I raid in Greek raids after arena, even though I get wrecked for my 300k team, the Stark Tech bug needs to be fixed ASAP. I keep forgetting to reboot my game after the arena cycle and sometimes wipe. Why is Foxnex denying the bug? I don't think they're denying it, but it is there. It has been present for a while. And like I said to the previous question, I think they just got busy and forgot about it. So I will definitely remind them about this bug that is still present in the game, guys. How are you? Have a question about aim. What do you think of Assaulter? Could you swap him out and run both Monstrosity and Researcher? Yes, you can. Assaulter with Monstrosity will make that team a little more offense-minded. Researcher and Monstrosity a little more defense-minded. So it depends what you want to go with that aim team, and depending where you have your red stars as well. Valley, hope you and your family are safe. Same to you, brother. My question this week. I'm the only one that's really annoyed by the way arena payouts work at the moment. So talking about a lot of the slingshotting, talking about the big variance in your arena placing. That's just kind of how it is. Slingshot happens. And what that is, if you are in battle and someone beats you, even if you beat the battle, let's say you go from 10 and you go all the way up to 8 or something, someone beats you while you're in the battle for that 8 spot, you're going to drop back down to where that person was that beat you. Maybe they're in the 15 spot. So even though you won your match to get from 10 to 8, you're going to get slingshotted back to where that person beat you. And that's where a lot of the variance is coming from. I know what they do in other games. When you're in an arena battle, you're not allowed to be attacked. That could help with the slingshotting issue, but yeah, I mean, it's been something annoying that's been in the game ever since global launch. So I haven't really focused on this too much and really fighting for this issue because it's been there since, forever. But yeah, this is definitely a very big annoyance when you're looking for arena, just trying to time those last few seconds. Sometimes it works in my favor, sometimes it works against me, but yeah, it's awesome when it works for me. It's horrible when it works against me, but I think you got to take the good with the bad with this kind of mechanic. Next question. Greetings from Louisville, Kentucky, home of the GOAT, Muhammad Ali. Tinfoil hat time. Tested out the theory. OMG has been talking about first. 400k, nothing from milestone orbs. Second 400k got a superior drop and a 1 million gold drop. 4 red star drops out of 10. 5 red star drop, then an 18 star Taskmaster. Not saying this confirms it, but tinfoil hat worthy for sure. I think it's definitely worth a tinfoil hat about this seed theory that's going on. Not sure if it's real. I might still do it just for fun, but yeah, this could be something that's just mainly for fun, or it could have some validity. Like I said last week, it does happen in some other games where there gets some random seed every time you open the game. I'm not sure how it's done. If it's based on time in MSF, is it based on when you open the game, or if it's non-existent? I am not sure, but it's definitely a theory out there. What's up, Valley? Just curious if you know why Black Widow still has a higher drop rate in premium orbs for the 1% drop. My guess would be that when they took Black Widow out, when they put Thanos out, they forgot to change the drop rate. So they still have that increased drop chance, but yeah, they shouldn't be. And this is something I'm going to follow up with the devs in as well. Next question. What is up, brother? Hope you enjoyed your long weekend with the ones that matter most. I did. I hope you did as well, brother. And my question is, how good is Foxnex at banning cheaters? I asked this because I saw someone in Dark Dimension 3 who did massive damage and with characters that were not T14. All right. So I think they are pretty good at banning characters. I think they like to do a lot of research and get a lot of evidence before they just straight out ban players. And usually when they do it in big waves. So yeah, he might be there for a little while more, but usually what has happened in the past, and this may not be what the case is going forward, but usually what has happened in the past is they've just got a lot of people banned them all at once, just done one huge ban hammer wave. Hopefully they get rid of a lot of these cheaters, especially obvious stuff like this. This is just dumb. What's up, brother? For a player 5 weeks in the game, would building symbiotes with Miles and Spider-Man be a good team for Arena? Thanks so much. Possibly. It would be dependent on who's in your Arena shard right now. At 5 weeks in the game, I would think there's going to be a lot of defenders, and Jessica Jones might pose a problem for that symbiote team, clearing all the debuffs off of the enemy team. So maybe, but worst case scenario, you build up that team. They're an awesome team. They're going to get you a lot of value throughout your whole gameplay. So even if they don't work in Arena because Jessica Jones or there's a lot of defenders or some other counters that you see in your Arena shard, you're going to get a lot of value out of them. So you can build them up, but even if they don't work in Arena, you're still going to see a lot of value for them later in the game. Just finished runs of DD1, DD2, wondering if I should use more gear to get characters to gear tier 13 or take meta characters like Hella Captain Marvel to gear tier 14. Personally, when I was in that same scenario, I would just do characters to gear 14 and only take the characters to gear 13 that I'm going to eventually take to gear 14. Because the orange gear is so limited. The orange superior uniques, the mini uniques, all of that stuff is just kind of hard to come by after a while. So there's not going to be a lot of characters that you could take up there. So I'm very selective with how I use my orange gear. So I'm only working on gear 14 characters right now. Other characters, I'm building them all the way up to gear 12. And then I'm done unless I'm going to take them up to 14. So that's what I'm doing, brother. So, man, love the videos. Used to be a big Blitz player, but it's not funny anymore with all the bots. You think it would get the devs' attention if the community went on a Blitz strike? Probably not. I think this is going to allow a lot of players to surpass you in Blitz scores. But yeah, you know, unless everybody is on board, which not everybody was on board for the spending strike, which probably was a lot more organized than a Blitz strike would be. Yeah, even that it was tough. So I don't think this would get the kind of effect you would want. But yeah, and I'm not sure how widespread the bots are, but hopefully that is something that they're gonna address very soon. Next question. I think it'd be a good thing for Blitz to create Blitz shards like Arena with players myself at 4 million TCP. Seems hardly fair competing with players that are 3-4 times more TCP. Your thoughts on this? I agree. I think they need a bunch of Blitz shards. Right now, there's one for veteran players and there's one for new players. And the game's been out for over 2 years now. I think they need a lot more to make it fair because, you know, 4 million roster, very, very different than an 8 million roster, you know, and having those people compete with each other in the same Blitz shard, it's kind of tough at this point. So I would agree with you on this, brother. 2 questions. One of the people who were able, of the people that were able to unlock Ebony Maw, How many do you think will miss out on the Black Order due to Cull Obsidian's release method, the Blitz? Not sure. Depends how hard you go on Blitz. I'm assuming a lot of the players that have Inhumans unlocked would have decent Blitz teams or are spending money on the game. So I think there's going to be a lot of people unlocking Ebony Maw this first time around. How do you feel about the Casino Origins Essentials graphic for the Black Order? 7 items seems like a lot for a top tier arena team. Wakanda's 2.0 if you don't have them. I looked at the list and none of them seem too wacky. I know there's a character like Proxima that needs a lot. Other characters don't need as many T4s. So I think, as far as essential, I think it makes the team a lot better. I'm not sure if all of those are essential per se, but I'm probably going to do all of those and probably a few more. Next question. What's up, bro? Hope you're safe. I'm going to unlock Maw this time, saving material for him so I can take him to tier 13 instantly. My question, should I stop Shuri now for an Ultima 7 team? Specifically, if Maw is going to replace her. I'm not sure if he's strong enough to replace her on raids. I'm not sure what spot he would fill, but I would say it depends on where you have your Shuri right now. I would say you could get her up to tier 10, tier 11, and have her low level usable in Ultima 7. If you have her gear tier 12, yeah, stop. Just save for Maw. But if you're lower than probably gear 10, I would probably keep building her. And then once you get her up to a decent level for Ultima 7, then I would switch to Ebony Maw. But remember, with these legendary characters, the most important thing is getting these stars these first time around. You could always put the gear on later. Next question. Greetings from Los Angeles. I'm unlocking Ebony Maw. Plan to run a full Black Order team. Was going to move my Vision to BKT in place of Thanos. Who can I use for power armor while we wait for Ironheart? So one of the original 5th members of that power armor team before Vision became like a staple on the team was Captain America. So if you're not using Captain America on any other team, he would work on that team just because of the war bonuses that he would bring, or just because he has that military tag and he'll bring some bonuses for war because of that. Next question. Which way should I go for Dark Dimension 3? Hela, 5 red star, or Mordo / Doctor Strange? Is Hela that much better than these two together? Depending on what team you're using. As a standalone character, I think she does have enough value, but if you're really using Supernatural a lot, have a lot of investment in that team already, you might want to do Mortal and Doctor Strange. But as far as specifically just for Dark Dimension 3, I think Hela is going to provide you a little more value than those two characters. Next questions. Greetings from the most easterly city in North America, St. John's, Newfoundland. What is up, brother? Do you think I should start working on DD3 or keep building all my characters to level 70 instead? I have 5 characters at gear 13 when I did Dark Dimension 2. It seems like forever to level up the characters I need to gear 14. So it'll be dependent. Before Dark Dimension 3, I would make sure that you have a solid Ultima 7 team or Ultima 6, depending where you are on the raids. So I would work on raids, arena, and then I would start building these teams in the background. Now, the big bottleneck for you is gear, the orange gear especially. So supply store, war store, make sure you're looking at that stuff every single day and buying any pieces that you don't have. So work on it at the same time, but I would probably work on your main characters for Dark Dimension 3. Get in that game mode, and then you can start to work on different characters for the global, cosmic, and city nodes. But just work on the 5 that you have closest that you're gonna use later. Not just characters like Shield Trooper or Shield Security. Work on good characters that you're gonna use later after that game mode is done, and then start filling out your roster. But you could do all that while building up your raid and arena teams. Or Alliance is currently doing Ultima 6. So I was wondering if I use Scientist Supreme, Shuri, Captain Marvel, Hela, Minerva, would they have enough sustain to go through Ultima 6? I think they would have enough sustain for Ultima 6. Also, would Captain Marvel be a good choice for Dark Dimension 2 if you don't have Fury or Black Bolt? Now, this question, a little interesting. Ultron has fallen off a bit, but I think the common thing way back in the day, not to bring Captain Marvel because she takes the same superior uniques as Ultron, and a lot of people were saving those superior uniques for Ultron and skipping Captain Marvel unless they had enough to just take Ultron up right there. So Captain Marvel, I would probably wait on her just because of that superior uniques problem, unless you have an abundance of them. But I think Ultron has a little more value in this game than Captain Marvel does right now. So yeah, I would hold off on Captain Marvel for Dark Dimension 2. Greetings from Minnesota. What is up from Texas, brother? Of a 7 red star Mantis, is she worth bringing into Dark Dimension 3? Do her raid special abilities translate to Dark Dimension node? No, they don't. But as far as is she worth bringing to Dark Dimension 3, it depends on where you have all your orange gear. If you have a lot of surplus gear, I would say it can't hurt to bring her if it's not going to cost you leveling up another character. How good is she at 7 red star? I'm not sure. I don't have a 7 red star Mantis, but I'm assuming she does some really good healing. So for that alone, it might be worth it depending on the rest of your team. But again, it's going to be dependent on your orange gear. If you have a lot of orange gear, you could gear up a bunch of characters, then I would say she could be a background character that you could do. If she's like one of your main characters, even at 7 red star, I don't think she's a good main character for Dark Dimension. So maybe one of your support, maybe one of your backup teams if you have a lot of extra gear. But even at a 7 red star level, Mantis doesn't really excite me. Next question, riddle me this. I have 1 week until I hit global in Dark Dimension 3, currently taking Phoenix, Sinister, Ultron. I could take Shield Security in on time or wait 2 weeks and take in Colossus. What do you think is the better move? So if you're gonna hit global soon, you could take in Phoenix, Sinister, and Ultron. Right now, you don't need a 5th or a 4th even. I have Phoenix, Sinister, Ultron, and Yo-Yo. And as I run that Dark Dimension 3 global node every single day with just those 4. So you don't need a 4th or a 5th. With that said, I probably would wait till Colossus because I know I'm going to be using Colossus outside of this game mode a lot. Shield Security, great on a shield team, but I don't use that shield team as much anymore. So if it were me, I probably would just wait for Colossus. But if you want to get in and get some protection for your Phoenix, protection for your Ultron right away, specifically for Dark Dimension 3, you could do that. And it really will depend on how much you're using your security outside of this game mode though. Should I take Shuri into Dark Dimension 1? Yes, do it. Valley, I realize it takes me an arm and a leg to farm all the orange gear to take attuned to gear 14. Are the rewards in Dark Dimension 3 worth the time and effort? I don't know. You mentioned chipping away, and I do think it's worth chipping away. But as far as trading all the resources, all that time to get your characters up to gear 14, specifically for the rewards of Dark Dimension 3, I don't think it's worth it. But you have other values in taking those characters up to gear 14. You see a huge stat boost in all game modes, arena, raids, everything. So there is some value in that. And you do not just get that 5-star Ultimates, you also get a bunch of promotion credits that you can take a character from 0 to 7 red stars. So there is going to be some value outside of just that Ultimates, but I think it is worth it to bring those characters up to 14. I just don't think the rewards from Dark Dimension 3 specifically are worth it. But like I said, when you take into account the other value that they get, I think do it, brother. Your channel is great, like mine, still pretty undiscovered. How's your Dark Dimension 3 going? It's going pretty good. I'm on node 6 right now, that global section. And like I said, I only have 4 characters that I'm running right now. Still trying to get those uniques on Colossus. I'm planning ahead for next global. Looks like it will have Scientist Supreme, Phoenix, Mr. Sinister, Shield Security. Who would you want as a 5th? I'm thinking Mags because I use him in my current arena offense. So because you use him in your current arena offense, that would not be the worst decision. Because of that extra stat boost, he's going to be stronger in arena, so that's not a bad thing. If outside of that, though, I guess it would be dependent on how much orange gear you have saved up, because getting a character from tier 12 to 13 and 13 to 14, a lot of it is RNG based, seeing what pops up in your store. So if you have Magneto ready, use him in arena. I think that's a pretty good choice for you, brother. Hey, Mr. Cool. Do you think Ebony Mob will be useful for Dark Dimension 3 because of his health steal ability? Will he be useful? Yeah, his health steal ability will be good. The question is he worth taking up to gear 14 over some other characters? It depends on what characters you have, depends on your other orange gear, but possibly. I mean, worth it? Yes. Useful? Yes. Worth it? More useful than some other characters that you have? I'm not sure. I would have to see a roster for that, but I do like his health steal ability.
Sup, Valley? I have Thor, Hela, gear 14. I have skill gear to take one more character to gear 14, deciding between Proxima and Sif. So I had a similar situation a little while ago. Did not have a gear 14 Thor, but did have a gear 14 Hela and was very close to bringing my Sif up. But I did Proxima instead, and my reasoning for this is outside of Dark Dimension 3, not really using Sif. I have her on War Defense, so I don't really use her, and then I use Sif on Blitz. Proxima, I'm thinking will be used in Arena. I'm not sure yet. That's what the devs are claiming, but I'm thinking Proxima will have a lot of use in Arena, which is why I went for Proxima, and I'm working on Corvus right now. So it's dependent on what you have, but based on your Thor and Hela, I think Sif would give better synergy specifically for Dark Dimension 3. But you also want to take into account what happens after this game mode, because as you know, after you pass this game mode the second time, you don't really get anything for it. So think about that as well, brother. Greetings from Colorado. I've seen several team compositions for Taskmaster. Does Kingpin have a place in that fifth spot, or is it solidly Korath or Merc Sniper? Kingpin does have a fifth. The way that team is designed, you need Taskmaster, Merc Lieutenant, Merc Riot Guard. The other two spots are interchangeable, so you could use whatever Merc or someone like Kingpin that doesn't really have that Merc tag but does fit well into that team. So whoever you have built up and is not on a team is who you should use in that fourth and fifth spots, brother. Who is the best fifth option for the Merc war defense? Killmonger, Korath, Kingpin, Deadpool, or a minion? Thanks, brother. So I'm assuming you're thinking the fourth option is Bullseye because he's not mentioned here. And as far as fifth, again, it depends on who you have built up and who you don't have on other teams. Killmonger, I think, goes well with that Wakandan team, which is why I don't use him on that Merc team, but he does very, very well on that Merc team if you're not using him on Wakandans. Korath does well as well. I don't know if he's the best for that team, but you know, he's one of those teams that don't really have a home. Kingpin, I think, works very well because of that villain synergy, and he calls Mercs. He doesn't have that Merc tag, but he calls Mercs to assist. Deadpool, I would not use, and the minion that I might use would not be Soldier. It might be Sniper. But it's going to be dependent on your roster and where you're placing the rest of these characters. What is up, ValleyFlyin? I have quickly come to realize I've been practicing or preaching to my alliance that speed kills in PvP. My focus is speed, then protection. Given that speed gives such a huge advantage, what do you think of this cosmic combo? Proxima, Loki, Hela. Proxima hits for offense down, Loki goes defense down, Greg heal block, Hela spreads it across the board. This is likely before the opponent even has a turn. Throw in damage dealer. That match could end quick. Yes, could end very quick with the right team. If you are able to draft that team, it looks pretty good, especially if you could prevent your opponent from having a good debuff remover, someone that can cleanse a lot of debuffs off, like a Scientist Supreme or an Invisible Woman or someone. But yeah, I like that team. Good theory crafting with that one. And yeah, let me know how it goes, who you're using for your fifth for that, or their fourth and fifth for that damage dealer on that team, brother. Next question. Hope you and your family are safe. Same to you, brother. Would like to know your opinion on an idea to make the PvP mode slightly easier to deal with. So when you're trying to play against someone you don't know, even if they're online, you can either message them on Discord or write a chat. I'm thinking they can add the word online next to your name. I like it. I like it. Most of the time I end up playing with my alliance anyway, but yeah, for when I'm streaming, this would be good. So you know who's online and who you have an opportunity to play with. Have a solution to people cheating in Blitz. Replace it completely with a real-time PvP tournament where players can earn rank milestone shards. This would solve people using bots, the repetitive, predictable nature of the current game mode. What do you think? Blitz has a lot of problems. I would like to see them fix some of these problems, attempt to fix some of these Blitz bots, and keep that game mode in and do this PvP tournament in addition to that. But yeah, the rewards for Blitz are pretty good, and you can get those milestones with pretty minimal effort after you've been playing for a while and your roster is pretty big. So I like Blitz, I like PvP tournaments, but I would rank them as two separate modes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, guys. Wondering what is better to invest in, DD3 or Ultima 7? This is my opinion. I think it's better to invest in Ultima 7 because Ultima 7 is something that you're gonna be doing every single day. Whereas Dark Dimension 3 is something you're chipping away at every single day. You have better rewards, but it is something that you're only gonna do 2 times and get no rewards for it after that. So I would invest first in Ultima 7, then start investing in Dark Dimension 3. Although you can start to get some of those superior uniques, some of those mini uniques when you're already doing Ultima 7, building that team, because they don't necessarily go against each other. What is up, brother? Big fist from Cali. Been watching you, leveling your content for a while. Thank you, brother. My question is about Ultima 7. My alliance is getting very close to participating in Ultima 7. I'm a little behind. 1.6 total collection power. Might be a little rough for you, brother. That's probably like an Ultima 5 or Ultima 6 total collection power. But I don't know, maybe your roster's super top heavy and you can kill in those raids. I'd like to give a shout out to my alliance, the Miracle of Ultra. What is up, guys? All right, who are some characters that you can work on? Black Bolt, Yo-Yo out of the question. So I don't know if you're gonna have enough power to get to Ultima 7 and really get to that level, but characters that you can work on, obviously Ultron if you've already beaten Dark Dimension 2. Falcon is very, very good for extra speed. Scientist Supreme, jeez, very, very good. Captain Marvel, good. Groot is a good backup character as well. And if you have Invisible Woman, she works well as well. But yeah, Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, once you get them, it'll be a little easier to run that raid, brother. Next question. So my question is, I know the difficulty sliders are coming in for U7, U6. Will we be also adding them to the radiation raids? I like that name. Or just the Ultimus raids. So as of right now, just U6, just U7. There are plans to expand this later on. I'm not sure if they're going to expand it to the Greek raids or the Gamma raids, the radiation raids, like you call them. I like that name. What do you have for your Ultima 7 teams, and what do you think the minimal power levels they need to be? My number one Ultima 7 team right now, Hela, Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, Scientist Supreme, Shuri. Ultron is a backup, Invisible Woman is a backup, Captain Marvel's a backup, Minerva's a backup, Falcon's a backup. So those are some good teams that I use. I think the minimum power, I think 350 is a decent level to get to about level 60%. So I would shoot for that. 300 probably get you to about 30%. So I would shoot for both those power levels and those specific characters. Greetings from Serbia. What is up, brother? Recently unlocked Black Bolt, got him up to gear tier 13. I already put a tier 14 on his passive. What order should I do his T4s next? So you got two really good ones, and I don't think the order matters as long as you do it back to back. His basic is really good, especially when paired with Yo-Yo, and his ultimate does a ton of damage. So both of those, I don't think you could go wrong with. I would do those 1, 2, and then his special is obviously last. Should I do his special before, as far as Phoenix, should I do her special before Black Bolt? I probably would do Black Bolt a little before Phoenix. Both of those are really good. You have the main ones. The special is one I eventually would do, especially if you're thinking of going into Dark Dimension 3 anytime soon. Hey, ValleyFlyin, greetings from Italy. Hope all is well with you and your family. Question, what do you think about the T4s for the Black Order? So there's a couple good ones. I pretty much like all of Proxima's. Corvus has some good ones. I like his passive. I like his basic. Ebony Maw looks pretty good with his special, and an ultimate looks very good. I like actually all of their passives though, because I like T4s that affect the entire team. So I like the passive of Call. I like all of their passives. So I like all of those. But yeah, I think Thanos having some T4s, I think that passive is necessary for that BKT team. Not sure if it's really, really necessary for a full Black Order team. His T4s are okay. Especially, you know, judging that long cooldown in his ultimate, he has a long cooldown on his special. I'm not sure if you really need to have those for that team to work properly, but they are good. They're very good ones. Nice to have. Probably could invest in those down the road though, brother. Is Ultron worth sinking all the T4s in still? He doesn't seem as overpowered as he used to be, and you're right about that. Not as overpowered as he used to be. I don't even know if he's a top 3 character anymore since the power creep of the Red Star rework. But I do think he is still worth putting those T4s in. Maybe not his basic. That was just a little obsessive by people just finishing out everything. But his special, his ultimate, his passive, I think are still worth. I think Ultima still has a lot of value in this game. Or Ultron, excuse me, has a lot of value in this game. What order do you prioritize Thanos' abilities for T4 investment? Also, will each be strong enough in DD2 to use as 4 gold stars, 3 red stars? Probably not in DD2. That one has a lot of health for their enemies and not a lot of damage. So I don't know if he's going to survive without the full Black Order team. I just don't think he's strong enough and has enough health, unless you surround him with like characters like Minerva or someone. But as far as his T4s, I like his passive just for his role outside of Empowered Thanos. I think his basic is good because you're going to be using his basic more often. And then, I don't know, either way on his special and his ultimate. But I'd probably go passive, then basic, and then special and ultimate for Thanos. Valley, first-time listener, long-time poster. When you accidentally press Equip All on Punisher, taking him to gear 14, do you throw your phone against the floor or against the wall? Looking forward to how you'd smash it. Well, all right.
Punisher, Gear 14, accidental, not the worst thing. He doesn't take a lot of gear. He doesn't take a lot of that mini uniques, but yeah, not the worst thing. He's going to have a little bit of value for you in your city nodes. But as far as smashing the foe, now, if I smash it against the floor, it goes like that. If I smash it against the wall, it has a bigger explosion. So if I ever were to get so mad that I needed to smash my phone, it would probably be against the wall, brother. All right, greetings from Singapore. We just wanted to ask, what is a good team to counter Hydra and Red Skull, as well as Taskmaster and the Mercs? X-Men can kind of counter everything, but the big hard counter to Hydra and Red Skull is going to be that Inhumans team. So that should be your first option there. And as far as Taskmaster and the Mercs, the number one option should be the Supernatural team, and that's who I think the best options are. But if you want one team that could beat both, X-Men kind of could beat both of those teams. I am tasked with guard duty for my Alliance's bridge. I have the security debuff, counter, and attack for my room. What is the 5th best for Mercs on war defense? Bring him Wakandas won't be a thing. And Korath really doesn't have a home either. So I'm assuming your 4th is Bullseye as well. I think Killmonger has a little more value on this team than Korath does, but both of them are good, especially if you don't mind breaking up either of the teams that they're on. But I think Killmonger a little more value than Korath on that Merc team. Valley, love your stuff. Thank you, brother. With the relatively new Merc team being released as the latest war defense team, I've noticed other than Asgardians, Marauders, all defense team involve minions. Do you think this is a plan going forward? Or do you think we'll have Ravager, Hand Kree with their rumored reworks minus Kree? So again, kind of like I said in a previous question, I think at least when I've talked to the devs, one thing they really said is they wanted all tunes usable. Now, I know not all of the tunes are going to be good, but I think they want them at least into a usable place. And I think they've done that with some of the recent reworks. Like I mentioned before, Grenadier, not really usable still. Merc Soldier, still not usable, but a lot of the other characters that were previously total trash just are kind of usable now, except for a few exceptions. So I think they want to make everybody usable, and maybe that will be including them on a Ravager or a Hand team, or maybe not. But I think all these characters will eventually one day be usable. Most of them, not all. Smashing it from SoCal. Quick question on Alliance War scoring. Do individual battle losses versus battle wins make the Alliance War points lower? As far as I know, no. And I don't think they did that in the old scoring system. Now, I know they either just changed the Alliance War scoring or they will change the Alliance War scoring. I don't think it's going to matter either, but I would confirm once they have that new scoring comes out, if it's not already out in the game right now. What's up, ValleyFlyin? Still loving the content. Much love for your pal, Drew. The rumor guy, I think he deserves his own YouTube channel. So he mentioned new characters, not only Mutant, but Spider-Verse. Could that mean that the amazing symbiote Wolverine coming to the game? That would be effing awesome. I don't know. I haven't heard of a symbiote Wolverine, but Drew, symbiote Wolverine, is he coming to the game?
Hi, Drew the rumor guy here. Valley, don't be a drongo, mate. Symbiote Wolverine is not rumored. Remember, Spider-Verse after Mutants. Alright, but speaking of mutants, 3 new ones coming in June, right? One's a brawler, one's a damager, and one uses crits and evades. That is it for me today, Valley. Don't ask me for more. I know you're gonna, but I am done. It is time for a frothy, but don't worry, I will be back.
Drew, always leaving so early. I still have questions, but I guess we will have to wait till next time. But that is not a bad thing, because guys, now it is time for the giveaway. Yes, and it is giveaway time now, guys. Yes, and thank you to Killam Gaming Sponsorship for sponsoring this giveaway. What are you gonna win? Well, if you have entered, you have a chance to win a $50 gift card. iTunes, Google Play. If you win, you get to choose. And how do you enter? Well, you have to watch the last video. The last video, you have to leave a hashtag. The hashtag was Call Smash. We're gonna filter that out in just a little bit. And guys, that is why it is important to watch every single video. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you never know when the next giveaway is gonna be. So let's filter out these comments, guys, and see who is the lucky winner this time. Call
Smash was the hashtag that you had to leave. And just before I started recording, I went into YouTube and manually approved all of those comments because for some reason, YouTube does not like hashtags in there. Let's see how many non-duplicate users left a comment this time. 896. So these contests are getting bigger and bigger. All right, your chances of winning $50, 1 in 896. Let's click this button and see who is the lucky winner. Again, big shout out to Kill 'Em Gaming sponsorship, and it is Luke Hemingway. Call Smash to go in my 2K Black Order team and 60K Thanos. Oh my goodness, yeah, the Proxima and Corvus, I think, need a little love, Luke. All right, so what do you got to do to win? So all you got to do, you have won. Let me verify your account. So leave a comment in this video and I will reply to you, and then we'll get in touch with each other on social media or Discord or something, and I'll get your email. I'll email you the code. You just let me know what you want, if you want a Google Play or iTunes. Again, thank you to Kill 'Em Gaming sponsorship for sponsoring this giveaway. All right, so yes, congratulations to Luke again, and make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time there's a new contest on whatever video. Like I said, they pop up from here and there, and you got to watch all the videos if you want to get your entry in. All right, there will be more giveaways. Not sure when there will be, though. And I want to thank each and every one of you that left a question on the Discord server, whether the question got answered or not. Make sure you are a member of the Discord and check out that link down below. Join that large community there that can help you out with Marvel Strike Force questions, or if you just want to chit chat, it is a good community. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Again, subscribe, notification bell, share, do all that stuff. And I will see you guys next time. At least 4 Marvel Strike Force videos a week on this channel. Social media, check me out and give me a Hulk fist bump before you go, guys. Yes, ValleyFlyin.